Welcome to Rise and Narrate, where every story has the power to change your life. A hero's greatest battle begins within. After losing his leg in combat, Sergeant Thompson found a new battle to fight, helping fellow veterans heal. He had spent years serving his country, but the day his leg was blown off by an IED changed everything. The pain was excruciating, the recovery long and arduous. But it was the emotional toll that nearly destroyed him. Thompson struggled to come to terms with his new reality, feeling like a part of him had been left on the battlefield. He became withdrawn, pushing away friends and family, until he realized that he wasn't alone. There were countless other veterans out there struggling to heal, to find purpose. And that's when it hit him, his new mission. Thompson started volunteering at a local VA hospital, listening to the stories of fellow veterans, sharing his own. And slowly but surely he began to heal. He found solace in helping others, in being a part of something bigger than himself. And as he did, he started to see that his sacrifice hadn't been in vain. Thompson's work at the hospital inspired him to start a nonprofit dedicated to providing support and resources to wounded veterans. And it quickly gained momentum. People began to take notice of the work he was doing, and soon he was being hailed as a hero once again. But Thompson knew that the real heroes were the men and women he was helping, the ones who had given so much and yet still had so much to give. As he looked out at the crowd of veterans gathered at one of his nonprofit's events, he felt a sense of pride and purpose. He knew that he had found his true calling. The road ahead wouldn't be easy, but Thompson was ready. He was a warrior, and this was his new mission. He would fight for these men and women, for their healing, their recovery, and their redemption. And as he stood there, surrounded by the people he had come to care about, Thompson knew that he would never be alone again. He had found a new family, a new purpose, and a new reason to keep going. The scars of war would always remain, but they would no longer define him, because Sergeant Thompson had discovered that the greatest battle is not the one we fight on the outside, but the one we fight within. And he had emerged victorious, his heart full of gratitude, for a second chance, for a new mission, and for the bravery to face whatever lay ahead. Thompson's story was one of redemption, of finding a way to heal and to help others heal. And it was a reminder that no matter what we've been through, we always have the power to choose our own path. We can let our struggles define us, or we can use them as a catalyst for growth. And Thompson had chosen the latter. His journey was far from over, but he was ready, because he knew that the greatest rewards often lie just beyond the darkest moments. And as he walked off into the sunset, his prosthetic leg a reminder of what he had been through, Thompson smiled, knowing that he had finally found his true purpose. He was a warrior, a hero, and a symbol of hope. The end of one chapter marked the beginning of another, and Thompson was excited to see what the future held, because he knew that as long as he had his new mission, he would never be alone again. He would always have a reason to keep going, to keep fighting, and to keep healing. The battle may have been lost, but the war was far from over, and Thompson was ready to face whatever lay ahead, one step at a time. He took a deep breath, feeling the warm sun on his face, and began to walk towards his new future, a future filled with hope, with purpose, and with gratitude. And as he disappeared into the distance, the sound of his footsteps faded away, leaving behind a sense of peace, and a reminder that no matter what we've been through, we always have the power to choose our own path. Thank you so much for watching. If this touched your heart or gave you the push you needed today, please like this video and subscribe to Rise and Narrate. Keep rising, keep moving forward. If you enjoyed this, there is more where that came from. Hit subscribe so you never miss a video. Until next time, this is Rise and Narrate. We'll see you soon.